2 weeks ago, PSG won the Champions League. Again, back to back. And if you watch that final, look at who dragged them there. Kvaratskhelia, Doué, Dembele, all three of them, wingers. The Ballon d'Or winner right now is a winger. The best teenager on the planet is a winger. The World Cup started and every single team's biggest threat plays wide. Football has never belonged to wingers like it does today. So if that's your position, you picked the perfect time to play it. But here's what I see every single weekend. Kids on the wing still playing like it's 2015, hugging the touchline, waiting for the ball to come, one step over, cross into nobody, jog back. The position completely changed and nobody told them. This video is everything that changed, what the best wingers in the world do differently and how you build it into your game, whether you play Sunday League or Academy. Lock in. Let's start with what the position actually is now. Because if you get this wrong, everything you train is wrong. 10 years ago, the winger had one job. Stay wide, receive the ball, beat your man on the outside, put a cross in. That player still exists, but at the top level, he's almost extinct. Watch Dembele this season. He scored 19 goals. Kvaratskhelia spends half his touches inside the pitch, combining arriving in the box. Olise at Bayern takes corners, plays the final pass, scores from outside the box. The modern winger is the main goal threat of his team, and most of his damage happens inside, in the half space, around the box. What does that mean for you? It means your coach wants a wide player who produces constant presence. Everything in this video feeds into that one word: production. Keep it in your head, because every section from here is one piece of how you produce. First piece: what happens before you ever touch the ball? There is a researcher called Geir Jorde who has spent over 20 years filming professional players with individual cameras for the full 90 minutes, counting how often they look around before receiving. The best players in the world check their surroundings almost every second. Most amateur players barely do it at all. And listen, as a winger, your scan is different from a midfielder's scan. A midfielder checks 360 degrees because pressure comes from anywhere. You play next to a touchline. Your dangers and your opportunities come from specific places, which means you have a checklist. 3 things every few seconds. 1. The fullback marking you. Is he tight on your back or has he dropped off? If he is tight, the space is in behind him. If he has dropped, the ball comes to your feet and you can turn. 2. Is there cover behind him? A center back shifted over? A defensive mid-screening? Because that decides whether beating your man actually produces something or just leads you into a wall. 3. Where is my far side teammate? Because some of your best moments as a winger end with a pass across the box, and you need to know who is arriving before you ever get the ball. If you know these 3 things before the ball arrives, you have already made your decision. Watch Jamal receive. The ball comes and he is already attacking. People call it instinct. It is information he collected 3 seconds earlier. Start doing this checklist in your next game, and I promise the game slows down within 2 weeks. Second piece, the first touch. Imagine this situation. The ball travels to you, the fullback sprints to close you down. If your first touch stops the ball dead under your feet, he arrives, gets set, and now you are facing a defender in a perfect defensive stance. You did that. Your touch gave him time. The best wingers take their first touch with intent. If the defender is far, the touch goes forward, 2 or 3 meters into space, so you receive already moving at him. If he is tight on your back, the touch goes away from his pressure. A half turn, protect with your body. Either way, the touch has a direction and a reason. It is never neutral. Train it like this. Against the wall, pass the ball and Before it comes back, imagine where your imaginary defender is. Far, touch forward, explode onto it, tight, touch across your body, open up. 30 minutes of this, 3 times a week. Third piece, the 1 versus 1 itself. And I need to destroy something here. You do not need 50 skills. You need to understand what actually beats a defender, because it is never the move. Watch Jamal closely, one of the most feared wingers right now, and count his moves. He has maybe 3. A feint outside to come inside, a touch inside to go outside, a stop and go. That is basically the whole catalog. Due, same. Kvaratskhelia, same. 3 or 4 tools, repeated forever. What beats the defender is what surrounds the move. 3 mechanics. The approach. You attack him at pace and you drive at his inside shoulder, where his position is most uncomfortable. A defender backing up at speed cannot get set. The defenders who destroy you are the ones you let stand still. Next, the trigger. Watch his feet. The moment he plants his weight on one leg, or lunges, or crosses his feet, that is the moment. The skill is a question you ask his body. The step over asks, am I going left? The second his weight shifts to answer, you are gone the other way. If he does not react to your first question, ask again. Sometimes you ask 3 times before the answer comes. And finally, we have the exit. The touch out of the move has to be explosive. A real burst, 2 big touches into space. Most kids do a beautiful skill and then take a soft little touch, and the defender recovers in 1 step. The move earns you half a meter. The acceleration turns half a meter into a finished action. Change of pace beats change of direction every time, at every level. So your 1 versus 1 training is this. Pick 3 moves that fit your body. My suggestion is to absolutely learn the body feint. It is the root of every skill you can imagine. Drill them until they are automatic, both directions. Then train the exit speed harder than the move itself. Cones cannot simulate the trigger, so you need real defenders. Which brings me to something I will say again later. You need small-sided games every week, because the 1 versus 1 is a conversation, and you cannot learn a conversation alone. You cannot learn to do a public speech without practicing in front of a public first. One more thing on this, and it is the difference between a one-way winger and a nightmare, your weak foot. Defenders scout you inside the first 5 minutes. If you can only go one direction, they show you the other way, they overload that side, and you spend 90 minutes running into traffic. The reason Dembele is so hard to defend is that he genuinely threatens both ways, inside and outside, so the fullback cannot cheat in either direction. You do not need to finish like a pro with your weak foot. You need 3 things on it: a clean first touch, the ability to knock it past the man and run, and a low-driven pass. That is the whole list. Spend 20 minutes of every wall session on the weak foot only. Give it a few months and defenders cannot show you one way anymore. 4th piece, the engine. Because everything I just described runs on one physical quality: acceleration. From 0 to 10 meters. That is the winger's currency. You sprint 30, 40, 50 times in a match, and almost every sprint that matters is short. The burst past the fullback, the dart to the near post. Top speed matters less than how fast you reach it. I have covered the full athletic system in my other videos: the fascia work, the barefoot training, why teenage wingers should stay away from heavy gym machines. So I will give you the compressed version here. 3 things every week: short sprints, 10 to 20 meters, maximum intent, full rest between 8 to 10 reps, 3 times a week. Do them fresh, never at the end of training when you are cooked, because tired sprinting trains you to be slow. Next, plyometrics, pogo hops, bounding, single leg hops. Your acceleration lives in your tendons and fascia, the elastic system that releases force for free. 10 minutes after your warm-up, 2 or 3 times a week, barefoot on grass when you can. And isometric strength for your ankles and feet. Wall sits, single leg heel elevated holds, toe work. The first step of a sprint pushes through your big toe. If your foot is weak, your first step is weak and the whole burst dies at the source. None of this needs a gym. All of it compounds. Give it a try for 6 months and see the results yourself. Fifth piece, the end product. The thing that decides everything. There's a graveyard of wingers who could beat anyone and produced nothing. For years, Dembele was the joke of this category. All that talent and nothing to show. Then Luis Enrique moved him around, simplified his decisions in the final third, and the same player won the Ballon d'Or at 28. The same guy who was called a fraud in Barcelona. So let's talk about the last action, because there are really only 3, and elite wingers have a clear rule for each. The cutback. You've beaten your man, you're near the byline, and instead of the hopeful high cross, you roll the ball backwards, low, to the penalty spot where a teammate arrives. Analysts will tell you this is one of the highest converting passes in football, and you can see why. The keeper can't claim it, the defenders are running toward their own goal, the finisher hits it first time facing the goal. When you're deep and the box is crowded, cut back. Always look for it first. The far post cross. When you do cross, forget the floaty ball to nobody. Drive it across the 6-yard box or hang it to the far post, where the opposite winger should be arriving. Which, by the way, is where you should be arriving when the ball is on the other wing. Wingers score a huge share of their goals at the back post of the other side's delivery. If you only learn one off-ball habit from this video, learn that one. Ball on the opposite wing means you sprint to the far post. 3 goals for the rest of your career. The shot. You've cut inside onto your strong foot, low beats high, corners beat power, and across the keeper beats near post in most situations. Practice one specific shot until it's a signature. Robben built a decade-long career on literally one predictable move and one predictable finish, and nobody could stop it, because repetition beats variety when the execution is perfect. There's also the movement that gets you the chance in the first place, because a winger who only ever has the ball at his feet is easy to defend. The best wide players are dangerous, most when the ball is nowhere near them. 2 runs you have to own. The back post run I mentioned, when play is on the far side, and the run in behind, the moment your fullback steps up to press, you spin off his shoulder into the channel. Defenders hate a winger who both wants the ball to feet and threatens the space behind, because those 2 things cancel each other out for them. If they tuck in to stop the runs, you get the ball to feet. If they stay tied to your feet, you spin in behind. You become a problem with no clean answer. And in all 3 finishing situations, the real skill is composure, which is just one instruction: slow down the final action. You sprint, you beat the man, everything is chaos, and then for the last touch, you take one breath of calm. Fast feet, slow finish, 6th piece, the work without the ball. I want to be straight with you. Coaches at every level, from school to the Champions League, bench wingers who don't work defensively. Luis Enrique built the best team in Europe on forwards who press like maniacs. Your coach watches Sunday's match thinking the same thing. 2 habits: pressing with a plan. When your team loses the ball and it travels to their fullback, you don't jog at him in a straight line. You curve your run so your body blocks the passing lane back to the center back while you press. 1 run, 2 jobs. He's forced down the line, into pressure, into a mistake. At a low football level, Most fullbacks can't manage to maintain composure under pressure. Next, the 5-second rule. The moment you lose the ball, you have 5 seconds where you're closer to it than anyone. You have to react immediately. Never stop when you lose possession. 7th piece, the mentality. Think about what the job demands. You are asked to attempt the single highest risk action in football, the dribble. Over and over, in front of everyone. And even the best in the world fail around half of their attempts. Half. Jamal gets dispossessed constantly. Kvaratskhelia gives the ball away more times in a match than a defensive midfielder does in a month. It's the nature of the role. You're the lottery ticket of the team, and most tickets lose. The problem is what happens in your head after 2 failed dribbles. The fear shows up, and the fear whispers the most dangerous sentence in a winger's career: just play it safe. So you start taking the easy backwards pass every time. You stop asking the defender questions, and from the outside you look fine, you're not losing the ball anymore. But you've quietly stopped being a winger. A winger who won't take his man on is a decoration. The fix is having a rule before the match starts, when your head is clear. My rule for every young winger: if the 1 versus 1 is on, I take it, all 90 minutes, regardless of what happened last time. The decision is made in advance, so the fear has nothing to negotiate with. Your job was never to succeed every dribble. Your job is to keep being a threat, an annoying presence. You have to take their souls. Because even your failed attempts are doing work, dragging defenders, creating space, planting doubt. And when the coach screams at you for losing it, and he will, you nod, you press for 5 seconds, and you go again. That's the whole job. Last piece, the week. Because information without a structure changes nothing. Here's a realistic week for someone with school and team training. Every day, 20 to 30 minutes with the ball. Wall work, juggling, your 3 moves. This is your relationship with the ball, the foundation under everything, and it's non-negotiable. Do some of it barefoot. 2 sprint and plyo sessions. After school, fresh, 20 minutes. Pogo hops, A skips, then 6 to 8 short sprints with full rest. One of these can be the day before your match, kept light. 1 finishing session, alone or with a friend. Cut inside, shoot low to the far corner, 20 reps each side. Then cut back deliveries off a dribble. Make the last action automatic. Small-sided games, every chance you get. Futsal, 3 versus 3 at the park. Training ground, rondos. This is where the scanning, the triggers, the 1 versus 1 conversations actually get learned. Nothing replaces it. And your team training and match on top. That's it. Let me close with the player from the start. Now you know what the position actually is. Pick one piece from this video, the scanning checklist, the 5-second rule, the far post runs, and bring it to your very next game. Then at the next one, remember to subscribe, hit the protocol, and take action.